And now, chat, there's a little drama about me. Yeah, I'm in some drama of my own. You know how it goes. You know how that goes, man. Friggin' can't keep myself out of it. What'd you do? Well, okay. It's actually not that bad. I actually think it's valid criticism that I'm masking as drama, but I figured it was worth talking about. Because yesterday, if you didn't see, I uploaded a YouTube short and a video on Twitter announcing an event that I'm doing with General Motors. And, it's a little clickbait. You know what we do around these parts? We do a little clickbait. I said, regarding the allegations,
I'd like to address the allegations.
But the actual allegations is that people say I rig my events.
Accused me of setting up events that I'm guaranteed to win, like streamer games, or the Mario Party World Cup, or even the dodgeball event. You get the idea. The point is, it's become a problem.
Now, people do say this about me. This is not fake. I get this basically every event that I run, and people aren't wrong necessarily. I don't rig the events for me to win, ever. Of course not. But what I do is I do set up events that I like, and I'm good at what I like, because I know what I like. That's what happens. So like streamer games, yeah, I did have a hand in making every physical event because I thought they would be cool. So I know what all the events are, and to be fair, I got fucking carried regardless. So I feel like people aren't really but whatever, moving on.
You see, General Motors came to me and they said, Ludwig, we want you to create an event. So
this is true, this happened.
I came up with an idea, one of my best ideas yet, called Ludwig's $100,000 Challenge. An event with Ludwig-themed challenges throughout.
Okay, is it vain to come up with a challenge called Ludwig's $100,000 Challenge and then make it Ludwig-themed events? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Who cares? I'm vain. Let's move on.
The winner, as you guessed, wins $100,000.
And originally I was planning on participating, but I was told legally I cannot do that.
So instead you get to watch these teams of 3 compete for $100,000 on May 24th.
And thank you to GM for making this event happen. Now, did you see the drama? Let's back up a bit. Here it is. Here's the drama. Some people are saying cutie in it is the drama. That's not actually the drama, because candidly speaking, I think there's no fucking chance they win. They're gonna suck. That's besides the point. The bigger issue that some people have had, which I think is actually quite valid, is that it is $100,000 going to millionaires. It's $100,000 going to millionaires. They're all rich. Now, I actually don't think they're all millionaires, but they're all well off. They all make a good amount of money. And I think the appetite for events with big creators, where there's a big prize pool, has kind of dissipated. And I think that's going not to coincidentally hand in hand with the state of the economy and the world at whole. 5 years ago, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think anyone gives a shit. I think people are like, oh, exciting. Now, I think it feels a little different. It feels like you can't buy a home. It feels like you go to Walmart and all the prices are higher. And now when you go home to watch an event, it's the millionaire making money. I think some people feel this way. I don't think this is a majority of people, but I do think a lot of people feel this way. And I think it's a fair way to feel. I actually don't think that's a necessarily a bad thought. I do want to address some of the counterpoints. I think some people are making points like, well, you should invite small creators who could use the money more. I actually don't think that's a solution per se. I don't think it's a good solution, at least. Because you have to understand, what is the goal of the event? General Motors wants viewership. They want a lot of people to know about this event. All these teams are going to stream their POV. It is not a win for General Motors if I am picking streamers who have smaller channels, because then the event is just going to necessarily be smaller. I'm not saying it's worse, by the way. It could be maybe just as fun. Less people are just going to know about it, because there are more people who are fans of Michael Reeves, Lily Pichu, and Disguised Toast than if I were to pick 3 comparably funny but smaller creators. So that wouldn't really be a solution. I could just do away without the prize pool too. But for a second, just as a little thought experiment, how much do you think it would cost if this was not my event and General Motors wanted to run a similar sort of challenge and wanted all these 9 people to participate? For example, AT&T Annihilator Cup. AT&T Annihilator Cup's not run by a creator. AT&T pays those creators to show up and compete in the event, and then also puts up the prize pool for the people who win the event. But they do have to pay for the people to play. If General Motors, had to pay these 9 people to participate, I mean, brother, right there, I'm not as good at this as Kelby or a professional, but you are talking well more than the prize pool. It's not $100K. It's like $250,000. It's a lot more. It's like $250,000 to $500,000. Easily. Now, why am I able to run an event without paying $250,000 to $500,000? Because all these people, 1, I'm friends with. 2, yeah, I'm not paying the talent. Fuck, I've never paid talent to enter my events. It would be weird to do that. And that's actually kind of the perk of being a YouTuber, is that you don't have to do that. Because if I did, it would make the relationship quite weird. The relationship is mostly, hey, we are friends. I ask people to do stuff, and my guarantee is that they'll have a good time doing the event, a fun time participating, and I won't ask them to do too much. That's usually usually sort of the trade-off here is that they'll have a good time. I could do charity, but I think my thought process, I'll just tell you the pay structure right now. I think this is fine to leak. The first place team wins $90K. The second place team wins $9K. The third place team wins $900. I am trying to make people sweat. I want this to be very tense. What happens to the last 100? I'm having an awesome dinner that night. That shit goes in my pocket. Brother, these are these money moves I come up with. I move differently. You don't understand. That $100 right in the pocket. Scam? It's in the title. Ludwig's $100. K challenge. Anyway, that was the idea. Is I want people to sweat really hard, try really hard. I think people are offering the idea of charity, which I think Mr. Beast runs into this, right? So when Mr. Beast does big events where YouTubers can win millions, he has run into the optical issue similarly. And his solution is always charity and hide, behind the charity, or it goes to a viewer, right? So it's like continuing to have the stakes of it, but the stakes are put in a place where people have, less of an argument against them. I actually think it's a legitimate strategy, but I didn't do it. And I'm not going to tell the people who I told could win, $30K each that now they have to give it to charity. Having said that, we are also doing a charity event next month. We're doing a charity event next month. But I am thinking about adding, and I have to think about it a bit more, a way for viewers to earn money. But I also don't necessarily think the best strat is like, hey, some people are concerned about this. Maybe optically they're not as comfortable with it for whatever reasons. Let me throw money to make them feel better. I think that's kind of a lame solution. I think what I'll probably do is keep it as is, but also keep it in mind for future challenges. That's really it. Because I do think it is valid. But ultimately, the goal of why I wanted it to be the way that it was is explained. And I think a lot of people will just be cool with that. I think they'll kind of understand why I got there. And maybe why I also wasn't as thoughtful to the concerns before they were voiced. So I think I'll probably keep it as is. Is 30K a lot to these streamers? There's a very simple answer to that. Fuck yes. Yeah, it's insane. I think I feel like you don't understand how much 30K is. 30K is a fuck ton of money. 30K is a fuck ton of money. That's tuition. I mean, that's a car. That's a car, bro. That's a lot. So yeah, I think it is. I mean, it differs per person, right? There's different levels of wealth. Not everyone's the same amount. Jason is probably the richest. Jason, maybe no. Okay, maybe in Jason's world, he's like, now I get a new belt. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I hung out with Michael Reeves for 2 weeks straight. Him winning 30K would fucking change his month. He would be pumped. It would change his year, bro. I know Michael's a big YouTuber. I don't know if you know this. You don't make money when you don't upload. Yeah, he would be able to eat food for 1 month. He eats expensive. Are you calling him broke? No, Michael's not broke. Relative to another YouTube channel of his size, he is broke. He's not poor in human world. He's quite well off. But I don't think he has uploaded more than 5 videos in the past 2 years. How the fuck is Jason richer? Is that actually confusing to people? Do people actually not understand why Jason is wildly richer than Michael Reeves? And I'm saying wildly richer. Foozly might be richer than both combined. She got a YouTube contract. It's not because he's bad with his finances. He's probably actually one of the better people with his finances. It's because you don't make money when you don't upload a video. There's not like a secret way he's making money. It's because when you go to his YouTube channel and you just look at the last 12 videos, it goes to 5 years ago. He's not bad with finances. No, there's just 12 videos over 5 years. He doesn't miss, though. It's true he doesn't miss. I'll give him that. He doesn't miss. Amen. But anyway, just wanted to talk about that. I am very excited about the event, though. I do think it'll be fun. We went through the format yesterday, and even though it is vain, I think it'll be funny to make people do all of it. And that comes up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. Literally 2 weeks to today it'll happen. You sure do miss a lot compared to Michael. Okay, that's not really the point of what I'm getting at here.